This is probably been at the top of my priority list probably since I started working here, and seeing the groundbreaking finally get here is so exciting. It's like one of the best days of my life since I started working here. Not only the fact that we're redeveloping a blighted area, now we're getting much needed commercial space along with some new apartments and just making it look so much better around here.
Battle Lake is a vibrant community, and we want to keep it that way. We're not looking at, being this big metropolitan area by any stretch of the imagination. This project is a redevelopment. It's a redevelopment of the heart of our community, and we're looking at growing. We're looking at making this a template so that other small communities like us can look back to Battle Lake and say, this is what they were able to accomplish. Maybe we can be able to do that.
I look at all this as kind of being the same deal where the small towns in this western central Minnesota where I grew up, Elbow Lake. It's kind of fun to see it taking on its own growth, because for a long time it's always been looked at as rural Minnesota, there's nothing happening. And I think that tide is switching.
Starting from the local level and having a committee get together, work on a visioning plan to say, hey, what could this look like? And then working with not the county, the CDA, working with USA Rural Development, a federal agency, to help with infrastructure, and then DEED, our Minnesota Department of Employment and Economic Development, to give us a couple different grants to redevelop this project. It takes so many partners to make a project like this work.
When you look at Battle Lake, it's already been done so many times. There's so many examples when it comes to our local restaurants or when it comes to the child care center. We have success stories already. So it's easier to build on those success stories and do something greater when you have those little wins along the way. So kudos to everybody in Battle Lake that's living the American dream and has a vision, has a dream, and goes after it.
Just kind of continuing with that momentum that's going on with this community. Battle Lake's a very unique community in that regard when you're looking at kind of smaller outstate towns. But continuing with that momentum, we just thought this time was right for this, especially what's going on the housing side. I think a lot of COVID accelerated this whole idea of saying I don't have to be living in Minneapolis anymore. I can work remotely, and yet being a really nice community and safe environment, etc. So we look at this as a big appeal. We've already had a number of smaller communities in the area talk to us about this, saying they'd like to have the same thing.